Hi, I'm Ron Lally, and I'm here with Peter Mangione to just talk a little bit about our memories of Magda and how much she influenced us. Magda was a friend of the family that I heard about from a distance for a long time, and I kept having my mother-in-law say, "Oh, she does something like you do." And so when we moved to California, uh, I went to meet Magda, and she was in Palo Alto, and we sat in her backyard and talked. And she was so queenly in the way that she welcomed me, and we found this kind of very comfortable place where we saw infants pretty much the same way. And when we didn't, she let me know. Magda has influenced me incredibly with her utmost respect for babies and helped me verify the fact that I always said infants have their own curriculum. And what Magda said was, I want to learn from babies, I don't want to teach them. That has gone along with PITC into our trainings right from the first time that she said that. We've had wonderful experiences together. I can remember one time when we were on a panel and this Newsweek had come out with a cover picture saying something like, "Stimulate your babies," and there was a picture of a baby with all of these toys on the cover. And we were just about to speak, and I had the magazine on the table, and Magda looked at it and she said, "Ron, that's such bullshit." That's how she was. So I could go on and on, but maybe I will in a little bit, but I would like to let Peter talk about some of his memories.
I first met Magda at our first Program for Infant Toddler Care National Advisory Meeting. I was immediately drawn to Magda for a number of reasons. Her profound respect for babies, as Ron had expressed in his words, it just came through so strongly. And she was an absolute advocate for the well-being of infants and had such a deep understanding of their needs and how to be responsive to their needs and respectful of their needs and of their competence, their ability to express themselves and be themselves and know what they needed to learn. Every time she spoke, that vision came through. And she spoke with such clarity and had a way of saying things that the first time she said it, I just remembered. And every time I see her in a video or read something she wrote, I think of those words again. And two that come to mind immediately whenever I think of Magda are empathetic attention. And when I would look at videos, and still do to this day because I find them inspirational of Magda with babies, I see that in her whole being, that empathetic attention, and it's inspirational. We've learned so much from her. She's really been a guide, one of our beacons as we've developed our work, and I think that infants, toddlers, parents all over the world are better off for Magda and all of her contributions.
She just was the spokesperson, so strong, always in the baby's corner, and had such a fresh way of making the points. You would know when Magda liked something or didn't like something. For example, high chairs and swings. And but she had a way of letting you know that if you really look closely, you'd agree with her, because it's what she thought almost instinctively was in the baby's interest. Research has found that it was in the baby's interest.
I also found with Magda, as clear as she was, and sometimes you felt like anything you did wasn't going to quite measure up to what Magda wanted. But she also could look beyond the surface and see deep inside people and see their love of babies. I remember when we were reviewing some video with her, and on the face of it, this one caregiver who was on screen really wasn't doing anything the way you would expect it to be done from the way Magda talked about it, or the way it's written about and talked about in the Resources for Infant Educators, which Magda found with Tom Forrest. But what Magda expressed about that caregiver was that caregiver is showing respect to the babies and has that sense of respect. So I think as sharp as she could be sometimes in analyzing situations and in viewing situations, she also had that empathy always for each person and how they were connecting with the babies.
I would just like to say that as you celebrate this 40th anniversary of Rye, Rye has been such a blessing to babies all over the world and to parents who are looking for a way to really read the cues of the baby. And so I want to thank you all for the work that you've done and the collaboration that we've had over these years, and wish you for 40 more years.
It's been really special, and it's wonderful to know that Rye is carrying on Magda's messages and continuing to reach new people and elaborate those messages in new ways. And it's very, very important, and we wish you all the best as you go forward with this most important work. Thank you for everything you do.
Thank you.